Cores, not the color cores, not the center of a planet or a moon core, rather an aesthetic found on the internet that has gained popularity and has appeared on various apps. Throughout the internet, there are many types of cores. Some of them you may know, some you may have never heard of. Cores that you may know are ones like the popular Dream Core, Kid Core, Weird Core, Drum Core, and Cloud Core, and so on. Apps like TikTok and YouTube have popularized these cores, introducing aesthetics that include rooms, clothes, jewelries, edits, and even personalities, stories, and music. Cores have become a big part of the internet. Many people are familiar with them, whether they have just heard of them or are on their For You page, or are actively in these communities. Now, I am no part of any of these core communities. However, I am a huge fan of exploring their different aesthetics and finding new ones when I can. I have seen and listened to videos about them, and it's become a daily thing to listen to them. Some videos I mainly watch are from Junomoth, Poi, and Duo Cinema, who explain some of these cores very well, and you should definitely check them out. However, I'm not here to discuss just one core, and if you want to, you can check out their videos for better deep dives into certain cores. Yet I'm here to discuss more than the colorful outfits, the old internet aesthetics, and the bizarre edits, and the makeup. I'm here to discuss the artistic view of cores. Hello artists, this is Artistic Sam, and I welcome you to my channel. Before we begin, I would like to address that this is my first commentary, along with my editing skills being partially new. If I sound a bit awkward or quiet, this is one of my first times using my voice in a video. And thank you for being here. So sit back, relax, grab a pencil or pen, and let's talk about the cores of the internet. So, what is core? Well, by definition of Google, it says the central or essential aspect of the aesthetic. If that doesn't make sense to you, an example I have for you might be the core in Kid Core, means that kid is the core or the main theme and the style of the aesthetic. And Cute Core means that cute is the main thing you'll see in this aesthetic. Not grungy things, not horror pictures, cute things. The core is the center of what this aesthetic is about. As I mentioned earlier, you may find many types of cores on the internet. Some have their own aesthetic, and some share aesthetics with other cores. While they share some similarities, they all have their own unique style that differentiates them from one another and can bring out different art styles when making them. Cores were popularized around the mid-2020s and have exploded in popularity with the help of the internet and its variety of apps available to everyone. The biggest thing about cores is their aesthetic. Their aesthetic, or their appearance and feeling, is what makes them a core. With these popular, colorful aesthetics, art is bound to be within them, and I believe that every internet aesthetic has art linked to them. Everything is art, and the internet can express this art in many creative and inspiring ways. And so with that, let's look at some examples of these cores and what kind of art they can be connected with. One of the more well-known cores that you might have heard of is cottagecore. While there are some controversies about this core, we won't be getting into that. Instead, I want you to imagine what kind of aesthetic cottagecore would fall in. Take a look at these pictures, which are from Pinterest and Google. Is it what you thought, or is it more perfect than what you imagined? Does it give off a sense of joy or freedom? How about the beauty of nature? The peacefulness of the trees and the field and the blue sky above? Can you feel the sun on your face? Can you feel the breeze? Is this how you want to live? Is this the art you want to live in? Now, let's take one that meant for a different feeling. This is weirdcore. When you hear the words weirdcore, what do you suspect will come out of them? These are the photos from Pinterest and Google on weirdcore. This isn't about the real world like cottagecore is. It's something different, odd, weird even. The hundreds of eyes, old retro style, strange character builds. How does this make you feel? Lost? Confused? Maybe a bit uncomfortable? Would you want to live here? Would you like to explore this area, or would you run away? Another very popular core is Dreamcore. It's one of the most popular cores out there, and it was the first core I was introduced to. The biggest thing that makes it so popular are its images of empty and almost dreamlike structures. These spaces are called liminal spaces and are associated with Dreamcore the most. There are games and musics inspired by this core, and it certainly has gained its spot as the most popular core on the internet. Photos of dream core are usually fuzzy looking, like a dream, one that you can't quite remember. These pictures can remind you of simpler times, back when you were younger and didn't have much to care for. And like many other aesthetics, they can be overwhelmingly edited with strange wings and flying eyes, and people with their faces blanked out or with different objects. What you might feel from this picture is peace, blissfulness, like a dream you wouldn't want to wake from. Maybe you feel like you recognize this place, or have been here once before. Perhaps you like the bright, colorful nostalgia, or the rooms. There seemed to be meaning behind it, like all cores. These aesthetics have something to say. Art gives off emotion. It doesn't matter if you hate it or like it. Art gives you that feeling through a picture. Your feelings toward these different cores are not only unique, but specific. These feelings are expressed through the art created on the internet. And there are so many other types of cores that give either a happy or dreadful or unsettling feeling. While this may not seem like art, it's a specific type of art because art makes you feel something, and that's what cores are designed to do, to encourage feeling depicted through these photos. Art has been around for thousands of years, and nowadays we have digital art and Photoshop. Without these two essentials, I don't think the cores would have survived for this long. Not only that, but the creativities of these people to give cores their own art. If not for that, these cores would not exist, and that is the beauty of these cores. Many minds are mashing colors and images into something meaningful to them and others. Whenever you make an art piece based on a core, you follow the essentials or things that you have noticed and are the same with every art piece. Many times you'll add your own spin to make it unique. Artists do this all the time. They can be inspired by works of art and put their own spin on it, make it their art. And that's what the majority of art in these cores is. Taking an idea, no matter how weird it is, and creating your own spin on it. With that, you can create a larger view on these aesthetics and a larger community that can add to you and others' ideas. That's the beauty of the internet and creating aesthetics, and it's why these cores do so well. Every core has an artistic flair to it that you can create right now. Searching for these cores on Google, you'll get plenty of images to go off. You'll notice each of them have unique aspects to these cores. Cores are art themselves. Without art, these cores wouldn't have their own look to them. Without creative artists creating these images through clothing, drawings, Photoshop, there would be no aesthetic. Yes, some are more rooted in reality, having more clothes and housing styles than art to themes, but I would argue that clothes and home decor are a type of art. Not one you can necessarily sketch on a canvas or on a tablet, but to decorate the home you live in and express yourself. Because that is what art is. Expression, emotion, creativity. Cores have it all, and spreading throughout the internet to new creative people to join and build on these cores. These cores have been built by artists who put on their prettiest, weirdest, and saddest works into it. It's a way of expression and a way of creating and a way of making connections with others. Now, there is one core that I didn't mention in my explanation of cores, and that was because I was looking for cores that had a very clear artistic view to them. Their styles and their strange details to them that make them stand out and make them feel a certain way. The art would be clear and concise, with the feeling the artist wants to convey to the person, the fashion and decor choices that inspired them. But now I want to talk about a core that's less on the visual side and more on the meaningful side. All cores have meaning to them, but you have to look within their art to see the full picture, and videos to understand what this all means. Now this core is a bit different. Core. It's slightly different from most cores. If you've ever seen pictures or videos made from it, you'll notice some things that repeat. Popular media figures, either actors or the characters they play. Podcasters are also mentioned in these cores, and so are the words they say. The way you see the video is different from how you can convey the pictures. The photos you can find are those of old aesthetics, just as most other cores. You get groups and collages of old radio stuff and oftentimes characters that look a bit upset, or that have sad expressions on their faces. From the photos to the videos, you can get something different. In the video, you could still have these popular actors and characters and podcasters, but now they say lines that mean something. It's not like the art and cores that meant to bring out emotion in their pictures. This one brings out the sorrow of existence through slow and sad videos. I do love this core, and for how goofy it can look, these people who speak to you make you feel, rethink things, take a moment to realize some things in your life. People, and even cartoon characters, talk over sad and slow music as there are edits of their sad and down moments from their times on screen. There are flashes from one show to another, podcasters, from people you may know, to memes that are meant to portray sadness. There are a lot of upsetting things to see here, but it gives off an emotion of trying again. Editing Sam here. If you do want to watch Core, please be aware that there are mentions of dark themes such as suicide and killing. But other than that, the score is deep and meaningful and has a lot to express about society, and you can happily look it up on YouTube if you care to see. There are no real art pieces, clothing, or decor to this aesthetic. You are the art piece here, and the edits you watch along with it. For a core to mean something, for its art to give you something, it doesn't have to be pictures drawn or photoshopped by someone. It can be the art that the main media has made, and that's found in other cores too. Some cores features items made by big companies, and shows made by directors who have moved on, and ideas that stem from bigger people. The art in cores can be the emotion. The words that are said in core are its art. They are sorrowful but hopeful, and that's a good thing for cores to have. They should uplift people and make them feel like they found a place they can be. They should be understanding and relate to the viewer that they can understand and agree with. Because cores are meant to be shared. Doesn't matter when or where you find them, or how long you've been watching videos of them. It matters how you view it. And while others can see it differently, all cores give off a message that they want their viewers to understand. And I believe that message can be interpreted only by you. Core, and even I would say me core.
Customers finally purchase a freshly made box of Numinos. What the fuck? The shape goes into a shape press that presses the shape into a pressed shape.
De hacer, o sea, con los dientes no. Pero
This machine imagines the liner is its stepchild and punches holes in it.
Can remind us that it is more than just the art of our memories and the fun pictures with bright and visual appeals. It's about the meaning. The art of what something can mean to someone. And that's what art is. Not everyone is going to like a certain piece, and hey, that's why there are so many cores out there. You just have to start looking for ones that suit you. There are cores for everything and anything, and they can be as serious, bright, fun, or as silly as you want. As long as the art feels good to you, you have every right to enjoy it. And that artist is the art of cores, the building blocks of these aesthetics. Art has come together to create these weird and wonderful works that all have deeper meanings that I'm sure you will find if you look close enough. There are also quite a few videos explaining different cores, aesthetics, and the art behind them, but this was just a light dive into the much deeper exploration of cores, and I hope you enjoyed my analysis of these cores. I love cores and wanted to go over the meaning of them with you guys, and the very basics of them, as well as the art they have within them. And this gives me an excuse to try and draw and experiment with my own art style. I haven't been able to post for a while due to my education, and I've been feeling a bit burnt out recently, so I do apologize for the long wait. So this video has been a bit of an experimental video, as I'm still trying to figure out what kind of art channel this is going to be. But I do hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what other videos I could do, because I'm not sure what the majority of you artists want to know or watch, so that would be a big help to let me know in the comments. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.